So the rules of YouTube are very, very clear. And if you play by these rules, then you may have a chance at winning. But if you go against their rules, well, then this happens. And don't mind how ridiculously silly my dog looks, because we had to wrap him up. We had to wrap up his one of his paws and his tail, because he's been aggravating it, or it's aggravated, and he keeps like licking and chewing and gnawing on it. So we had to wrap him up for the night so he wouldn't go at it. He had to sleep with these socks on and a cone on his head. We're gonna get him cleaned up today. We're gonna get him a bath and address that. But yeah, so YouTube, if you don't play by the rules, then they'll let you know. And the way that they'll let you know is very clear, it's very obvious. And it is because they will literally shut you down. They will restrict your content, shadow ban you, in essence, and silence you. Censorship is the new freedom of speech here. And ironically, it's after a video was put up on Squirrel Tribe's channel, my wife, and she's got a pretty decent track record for reach and views and average views per minute and impressions and click-through rates and comments. And we put this video up, and I gotta tell you guys, I've never seen anything like this happen before. 0 views. 0 views, 0 comments, 0 impressions, 0 click-through rate, and they're trying to hide this video. I don't know what's going on. That, you know, at times we've had instances where YouTube killed her audio if you say the wrong thing, and you guys have probably seen it on live streams and different things like that. But this video is in essence a recap, a follow-up of 2 videos that she put up last night of the situation happening in New York City with the truckers and the boycotts and the truckers for Trump. And I don't know, this is a crazy time, folks. What's happening, what we're seeing happening right now with President Donald Trump in New York, with this verdict, with what they're trying to do to him, with what they're trying to do to everybody else on his side and supports him, and the control of the media, which we are the media, we too are the media, the control of the conversation, the control of the ideas. This is after we saw and have documented proof of the Super Bowl halftime show being altered for the sake of, that's not what they wanted it to be. So if they'll change the past, then they'll definitely, certainly prevent any possible future that they don't want to exist.
Mass surveillance, a repressive totalitarian regime, constant propaganda, the thought police, right? Telling you whether something is true or something is false, a ministry of truth that gets to establish whether or not what you are saying is true or false. This is why when you see people talking about an Orwellian nightmare online, when they're saying, oh my God, I wrote something about a vaccine, and then suddenly a fact checker came in, people go, oh, that is the ministry of truth. And in the West, unbeknownst to most of us, because we've been brainwashed, we have been living inside of an Orwellian nightmare. This is a direct quotation, by the way, from 1984 regarding how one aspect of this alleged society would be, this dystopian society rather, would be that there could be no concept of history. You're not allowed to learn history in a society like this. And this is the quotation. Every record has been destroyed or falsified. Every book rewritten. Every picture has been repainted. Every statue and street building has been renamed. Every date has been altered. And the process is continuing day by day and minute by minute. History has stopped. Nothing exists except an endless present in which the party is always right. Yes, thinking about American society, thinking about people pulling down statues, rewriting history, telling us everybody was a racist, a sexist, a misogynist. This is why these books can no longer exist. We are living in a permanent present.
Now, this is not me completely bashing and dogging YouTube, because I'm still on YouTube. I'm still making videos for YouTube. I'm still encouraging other people to use YouTube as a tool, as a resource. But you also got to know, for instance, let's just say a dog, and you got a dog and it's a good dog, but you got to realize that, sometimes dogs will misbehave. So don't go out there and get you a Rottweiler or a Pit Bull or a German Shepherd or a Chow or, some dog that would be considered possibly dangerous or could be a Doberman. Some of these dogs get bad reputations. I'm not saying they're bad dogs, but also don't leave your dog unattended. Don't do certain things. Don't, put your hand in his mouth and certain things like that. So it's just knowing where you stand, knowing your role, and knowing how to operate accordingly to stay safe, keep yourself safe. And YouTube is no different. YouTube is that dog that could be your best friend, or that YouTube could be the dog that's gonna bite you. And then you gotta decide what you're gonna do after that. The dog bites you, you gotta put him down. But if YouTube bites you, what are you gonna do? It's a strange situation to be in, and it's unfortunately a terrible time that we live in, where we are approaching this election and also seeing a huge amount of censorship coming our way. Restrictions, suppression, silencing, and strikes and warnings and flags. And
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear Klaus, your annual global risk report makes for a stunning and sobering read. For the global business community, the top concern for the next 2 years is not conflict or climate. It is disinformation and misinformation.
All sorts of punishments that YouTube will impose on you, whether it be a limitation of reach, or a reduction of revenue, or just taking your channel down and deleting it. So that's why I got backup channels. I'll drop the links in the description, because you just never know. You just never know. And we're gonna see what happens with Squirrel Tribe's video and do a follow-up, a recap. Maybe YouTube saying, hey, you need to go back to talking about something else, because we do not want you talking about this, because there's too much truth here that can be shared that we don't want people to know about. There's too much to be uncovered. There's too much to light to be shined. We know what you did with East Palestine and Lahaina. For instance, we even just heard from Hustle Bitch about how he was silenced.
Say here, they got to me. If I'm looking a little rough, just know that it was certainly earned. They silenced me, took things, intimidated me, made threats, applied calculated pressure. There were many attempts to break me that did not work. They thought I would give in and crack and thought I would fold. I didn't. I'm still here, obviously. I don't know for how long, but what I do know is that they poked the bear.
Because of what he uncovered and shared as a result of what happened in Lahaina, in Maui, in Hawaii. So I'm not going to put it past them. I don't doubt it. I think that these jokers are shady and corrupt. I think that this is a terrible system, but it's also the only system that we have. And if you think for 1 second that you're going to go on Rumble and, really get people stirred up, you're completely wrong. There's just not enough reach. There's not enough visibility there. You got YouTube. You might have Twitter, maybe TikTok, and that's it right now, folks. That's all you got. And we got to make the best of the bad situation. You know, when life gives you lemons, you put mismatched socks on your dog's paw and tail. But yeah, it's a crazy time we live in. It's a crazy time we live in. I'm sure this won't be the only instance. This is not going to be the only channel affected by this. And I'd be interested to see how some of these other channels are affected. For instance, Midas Touch, which I would be highly shocked if any of you have ever watched Midas Touch or Midas Touch. But we're going to see how their channel is treated today. We're also going to see how, the type of content that they share. Forbes Breaking News, CNN, what's the other one? USA Today. There's some folks out there that, you know, I feel like are going to get a huge push, a huge boost today, depending on the narrative and the story that they try to spin. That, honestly, guys, is far, far, far from the truth. It's Monday. It's President's Day. New York City is supposed to be shut down for all truckers' deliveries coming in. They've already gotten to Chicago One Ray. Who are they going to get to next? Thanks for watching. Hit the like. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, check out my other channels, check out the links in the description. See you guys soon.
Hey folks, your old pal Chicago Ray checking in. Just want to let you know, look, took down that video that I posted on Friday because it went viral, went on TikTok. So, you know, what the fuck, you know, that's it. It is what it is. I'm not no, look, I'm not no figurehead here. I'm not no leader of any movement. Not going on any podcasts or, you know, doing any GoFundMes or anything like that. You know, I'm who I am. All right, I hear chatter. I let you guys know what I heard. And, you know, that's what it is. I'm hearing it now. You know, some people are seriously thinking of, you know, not going to New York City. You know, since I talked to you last time, a couple hours ago, I got back on the radio, been listening, been talking to a few guys. This is real, man. There's guys that ain't going. I talked to a guy, he denied a refrigerator load. Okay, which, you know, refrigerators going to New York City, that's pretty good, man. That's pretty good money. Okay, so I gotta give that guy his credit for that. But, you know, if this goes longer than a week, like they're saying, man, New York City better start stocking up.
I can tell you my problems, meditating my silence. But I keep pushing my pen, rotating my stylus. Brokenness feeling like sin, now no breath, low dollar. Used to be left on red, now all the girls go holler. Now all the girls go follow. All the fake